You can count on it. You can count on it. You can count on me. You can count on me too. You can count on it. You can.
So, you know.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I think we all good though, right?
So,
you
yeah,
good?
you good?
Everybody good? Everybody's
Yeah.
comfortable?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it poppin'. Welcome
Welcome.
to the 3 Oak Podcast, where even the artists can be fans. AJ the Menace.
Shane M. Petty.
Cherry TNT.
And today we have another special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going crazy 2020, okay? We're leaning into the whole artists can be fans thing. You know I say that at the beginning of every podcast, but I don't know, we kind of neglected it. The whole purpose of it, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the podcast was created where the people that we're fans of, we can have come through and do interviews, such as yourself. Madrique has stepped into the building. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody breathe.
What's up, y'all? Y'all feeling, man? What's up?
Yeah, we good, bro. How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. Can't complain.
Hey, look, we appreciate you coming through, man.
problem.
Just a little background. Madrique, when I met him, he was Drake London. You know, Shakedown. This is another Shakedown Street. We're 2 weeks in a row in Shakedown history
That
right
is,
now, y'all.
yep, that is true.
Yeah, we're 2 weeks in a
Shakedown
row.
was a time, man.
Bruh,
Yeah.
Shakedown
we were
was
reminiscing about the
era.
early
Shakedown was a
2010s.
time, bro.
And if you know Shakedown or if you've been to Shakedown one time, you knew Drake London at that time.
For sure.
Because you hosted it. I feel like you never took. Did you ever take a day off?
Nah.
You never missed
I
one,
was
right?
there every Sunday.
How long did this last? It was a good year and a half.
Nah, bro. It's probably longer than that. Maybe
Yeah.
like two or three, because Mike Savvy was the host before
Mike
me.
Savvy.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
then I started going there, and I started hosting it. So
Damn.
it was around for a while.
Was Eargasm doing it?
Yeah, it
back
got
when
the
he was
whole
doing
time. Yep, the whole time. That was their thing.
Okay,
And
okay.
it just grew.
Damn. See, I didn't. Yo, Mike got history in Raleigh music
Of course,
scene.
bro.
Like
He does,
crazy.
man.
Mike Savvy
Yeah.
was my first show. My first show out here was Mike Savvy.
Word.
And like my first ever headline, I should say, Mike Savvy gave me the plug for the venue. So
Oh, that's
yeah, he been around, bro.
I need to reach out to him.
Yeah, definitely.
Might
Get
be
him up here. He got
wildin'-
some stories, though.
He does. Might be wilding on Facebook, yo.
Does he?
Yeah, bro. He be going crazy on Facebook. Like, I used to see his stuff pop up a lot, and I don't see it as much. He might have calmed down. Now I just see a lot of when he's doing audio stuff for big concerts and a barbecue. His barbecue thing is popping.
Yeah.
Like he's getting these barbecue plates and catering off or whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
So
Doing
yeah,
his thing, man.
Yeah, I definitely need to reach out to him, yo.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we want to thank you for coming, bro.
I appreciate y'all for having me, bro.
Yeah, for real. But just a little background: we met Drake back in the Shakedown Street eras, and literally one of the most vivid things that I can remember is he was by far, without question, the hardest performer I ever seen.
Appreciate that.
Without question,
Appreciate it.
Hosting skills on 10, of course, he was doing it. He was like, Martin Lawrence at the fucking Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? He was killing it, had the jokes and everything. Yeah. But then always, bro, his performance was crazy, bro. And I feel like me and Leon talked about this a long time. I'll never forget when you sat on the stool and revved up the car. It was that wrench.
Oh yeah, gripping
Yes.
off the nail. Yeah.
Bruh. I was like, that's what I said. This nigga is crazy, bro. Like, you were so good at performing, bro. Like, that's why I became a fan of you. Cause I'm like, no, I got to be able to get these people the way you did. Like, you knew how to connect with people and get that crowd moving, whether they knew you or not. Like, I seen you prove that more than once, whether it was Shakedown or in just another venue. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
Do you have a favorite memory from the Shakedown era? Because I came in late, like a couple months before all shut down.
Before it was all gone.
Yeah.
Bro, it's so many memories, bro.
Yeah.
I remember when Shakedown was just four of us. Nobody was even there, and just watching it grow. I remember we had no problems.
There was no
to the
stage at
last
one
day.
point too, right?
Nah, it wasn't a stage.
Yeah.
It was like a restaurant, and we were just
Yeah.
performing on the floor. And the owner built the stage, took some stuff out, took the food away, and really made it a venue just for us.
I didn't know it was a
For
restaurant.
every Sunday, yeah, it was a little restaurant.
Wow.
I used to go in there and get the nachos and cheese. Used to get a free
Damn.
soda. It was tight. And he took it away, and I was hurt. So I had to eat before I went to the venue. I was hurt, but it was all good.
Yeah.
So
It was Mama John.
you basically got to see the whole hip hop scene in that area
Bro,
grow
everybody
from nothing.
if you was in the scene from 2009
Yeah.
till about early 2012, you had to come through Shakedown Street.
You had to.
entered 2012.
You had
11,
to, bro.
12.
Every artist who's making music within Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte,
Yeah.
even people came from Fayetteville, Greensboro.
That's a
you
fact.
knew about Shakedown Street.
That was the
That was
spot
the
that we went
spot,
to.
And that's how
Crazy.
I met everybody. I met everybody at Shakedown Street, bro.
Yeah.
Early days, and I was young as heck, out there.
That shit is so crazy, bro. I've been I'm working on doing an interview with John.
Okay.
Yeah, the owner. And then I was talking to Keaton recently.
Oh yeah, Keith's the
Yeah,
owner.
yeah. So
Met him out there too.
Yup, yeah, bro. So I think we gotta. Since we just having so much shakedown memories come up.
You got to bring the shakedown.
It's time to
crew,
go to the
bro.
source. You know,
You
what I'm
have
saying?
to.
It's time to
You
go to the
have
source.
to,
Yeah.
dog.
So yeah, but let's start from the beginning though,
Let's do it.
because I mean you've been rapping since I've known you, but where did it all start? Where were you born and raised?
I was born here in North Carolina.
Okay.
In Selma, North Carolina, Johnson County. Shout out JoCo.
Okay.
And
Okay.
between JoCo, Raleigh, and Queens, that's pretty much where I grew up in.
Did you do the thing where? Because I saw that you were going back and forth. So did you have like summers in Queen and
Yeah,
school
so
in Raleigh?
I'll like I'll be here, I'll be in Queens, and I'll come to North Carolina for the summer. Then I
Yeah.
go back to Queens for school. So it's back and forth. I'll be in North Carolina, and I go back to New York for holidays, times like
okay.
that. So I was always back and forth the whole time.
What was that like? You know, being able to bounce back and forth.
It was cool, man, because I was able to see different things, man. Like I was able to like go to New York and see, what fashion was out, like what artist was out. You know
Because
what
it
I'm
was
saying?
a lot slower down here,
Yeah,
especially
then I
back
was able
then.
to come home and chill, relax, be kind, drink sweet tea, eat
Yeah.
Bojangles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was able to
tea.
eat some barbecue, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was
facts.
tight. It was tight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dan, that's what. So, were you rapping? When did you start? Like, when did you know you wanted to be a rapper? When did you start?
At age
actually?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
6.
6 years old, I knew I
Super
wanted to
early.
do this joint. Yeah.
So, what was the record? Because it had to be a record.
Gin and juice.
Gin.
Like, that's a staple. product.
Understandable.
Facts, bro. I saw the
Understandable.
video and I was like, man, I got to do this. Like, I
Yeah.
want to be that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
so-
as I got older, I seen other people and things change and kept it
Yeah,
going.
yeah. So
that
when
was the
did-
thing.
When did you actually start doing like the recording process? You knew you wanted to be a rapper back then, but were you,
I did a recording process 5th grade, bro. I used to take
Dang,
like
you
one
was
radio.
early.
Yeah, I'll take one radio, and then my god sister buy me cassette tape, so I'll play the beat on one, and then
blank
I'll
joints.
I'll
Yeah,
rap.
yeah.
I'll rap until it was like a little mic on the radio.
Yeah,
I used to do my
yeah.
own tapes that way.
Yeah.
And then I upgraded. Finally got the computer, and then I got me a mic from Radio Shack, and that's how I used to record. So I fast forward that. By the time I was 15, 16, that's when I finally got like Cakewalk, Cool Let It Pro.
Yeah.
Got me a mic and just went crazy.
Cakewalk, cool and Frank? Yeah.
Went crazy,
Those are his
bro.
shit, yeah.
Went crazy.
Okay, so when you first started, were you Drake London from the beginning?
Nah.
Or did you? What was the first name?
It was Mad.
Matt,
Then
just
it
MAD.
was like Madrique and One Day Sean was my name.
Okay.
So it was Mad, MAD, and then I went to Drake. Then I went to Drake the Monster, and then I came down to Drake London.
I liked it. What were you going?
Where'd the London come from?
Yeah.
Bro, honestly, dog, I'll never forget it, bro. I was living off in Millbrook Greens off Green Road in Raleigh, bro. I'll never forget. I was sitting there. I'm like, man, I wanna change my name. I'm getting older, man. I'm ready to do this. And I was like, Drake. I was just naming everything after Drake. And then
Yeah.
I said Drake London. And I was like, oh, that sticks. Bro, let's
It
do
does,
it.
it does,
It
it
sounded cool. It had no
Yeah.
meaning. I was like, man, I was trying to think of these stories I can say.
Yeah.
To like say, yo, why I got to London. And I was like, man, forget it. It just sounded cool, bro.
Yeah, pretty
and I
much.
left it and it worked. You know?
Yeah.
Dang, that's ill. Okay, and then so now I was looking at some of your vlogs. What are the names of the series? again?
Never Stop Working.
Never Stop Working
Yeah.
series. And one of them was, this is all like still your childhood. Your boy, you even said it on, I've heard it on your records. How influential was that pool? Y'all chilling at the pool.
Bro, the pool was where it's at, dog. Shout out Winslow Park, dog.
Okay.
We became
I'm here. That's all
men in
Fox
Winslow. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
the pool that's where we'll meet up every day in the summertime.
Yeah.
We chirp on our Boost Mobile, like, bro, where you at?
Yeah.
On our white tee. We had the same uniform. White tee Monday, black tee Tuesday, white tee Wednesday.
Yeah.
We'll throw on our clothes and go sit at the pool all day. We'll fight, we'll argue, we'll eat McDonald's. We'll
Dang.
just chill, bro. It was like the best time of my life, bro.
This is all through high school?
Middle school and high school, yeah.
Middle school. Oh man, yeah. So the part. Okay, that's ill. Everybody got their own little story, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Everybody got
that
their
whole
look.
Fox Road from Cardinal Grove, Ansley,
Facts.
and Winslow Park,
It
bro.
was-
That was our spot, bro.
Dang.
Like that was
That's
us.
crazy.
That was y'all. They knew
Because we didn't have cars and nothing, so we had
That's
to
a fact.
walk from Winslow to Cardinal Grove.
Found
Winslow
them
to Cardinal
bikes.
Grove. Yep.
Yeah.
Found them bikes and made it happen.
Yeah.
Cardinal Grove used to be lit back in the day.
Bro,
Cal
Cardinal-
Drive used to go
Bro,
up.
what you know about that?
Come
dog?
on now. I used to stay right off Lewisburg Road,
All right,
Perry
so
Creek.
you know what's up.
Well, I am
Right
from the
away.
north, for real.
Oh, you from the north?
I'm
for
from
real,
the north, for real,
Okay.
for real.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cardinal Grove.
yeah.
You from the north for real?
Yeah,
All
we
right,
used to,
respect.
man, we used to always, it's a pool over there, stupid.
Bro,
pool. We used to always
Halloween.
hop the fence.
Bro, Halloweens, the parties, the Spanish
Boys would
homies used to
come
have
all
crazy
the time.
parties
For
out
real?
there.
Yo,
Bro, Cardinal
they-
Grove was crazy.
Crazy.
I missed all that because I
Crazy
came
shit.
down in high school.
Oh man, you missed a great time,
Missed the
dog.
wave, yeah.
Whoever watch, what camera though? Whoever watches this joint, y'all know. Shout out Cardinal Grove. Thank
Shout out
y'all,
Cardinal
man.
Grove,
All
Cal
the parents
Drive.
that let us sit in front of the house upstairs. Shout out y'all, man.
Facts.
Yeah.
For sure.
Used to be in
Okay.
that pool till like 5 a.m.
Yep, the pool was crazy.
Man.
We used to play football in that little empty field.
Yep.
It was crazy.
Damn. Oh man. I wish I had a location like that. man. All my homies will.
Yeah, you cool, bro. You know, like,
Like you know what I'm talking
I was
about.
out there.
you was out there.
You was on the north.
Super north side.
All right, so then I say, let's say 2009. I saw you. That's when you started DLC Music.
Yeah, Dream for Children. Yep.
So your producer that you actually own it with, Majestic.
Yeah.
Did you know him? Was this one of your
That's my
childhood
cousin.
homies? Oh, this is family.
Yeah, that's my cousin, bro.
This is family business.
Like, yeah. So it's my cousin. He was making beats for me since my early tapes, like some of my first tapes.
Okay.
And I had a label called World Face Entertainment, like all through high school, all through middle school and high school.
So
and,
you've always kind of put a name around.
Yeah, always.
the group.
I've always had a name for the collective
whatever
cats I was running.
whatever
Yeah.
clicker group you was
And
running
around
with.
that time, by 2009, I started. All the guys started gang banging, started having kids, like started going their way, which makes sense, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah,
and at the end of the day, it was still it was my dream first, so I called Majestic. I'm like, bro, we got to keep this thing going. I need a new name, a new brand. And maybe like an hour later, he said Dreams of Children. I ran with it ever since.
Okay, because I was gonna ask what your relationship is like, but this is a family relationship.
Yeah, that's my cousin. Like we.
What do you feel
family.
like? What do you feel like your inspiration was? Why do you feel like you always had to put a name over type of?
Because I grew up, man. I grew up on Master P and Baby, like all those guys. And
You always looked up to the
I've always was inspired.
Rough
Riders,
Flip Mode.
Dipset. Like I grew up on all those guys, and my dream was to always be a recording artist, make music, put my own records out, be my own boss, do my own thing. So that, from the beginning, as a kid, bro, I had this thing called Mad Crew. I had this notebook. I used to draw all my artists out. I'll draw out our tours, draw out our track list.
Oh, that's
me
hard.
And my brother, everything as a kid.
Yeah.
Like in first grade. So
Wow.
all this is really dreams, my childhood dream, my dream since children. That's really what this is.
Damn,
Fire. I love
damn,
that.
that's fucking fire, bro.
Yeah. So it all made sense at the end.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah,
It's like something decades into.
Yeah.
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 The
'Cause
majority of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, my whole life, bro.
you know?
Like this is I've been doing this forever.
That's crazy because I was just listening. I was just watching a Yams Day vlog. Oh, I was just watching. ASAP Mob was at Breakfast Club, and
I
they were
saw some
talking
of
about
that.
how Yams would have these. His mom found these notebooks where he mapped out each notebook with somebody's career, and he had mapped out every single member and shit. Like that's pretty much what you was doing.
Yeah. Early.
So, yeah. So did you when DLC first started? Did you automatically go ahead and start adding people to the roster, or it was just
way.
you?
No way. It was just me. It was me. Then Nance was down. This guy named Era Hardaway from Virginia, he was down, and it was just us. And then as we we grew, we went our ways, and I just kept it going.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it was me for a long time. Like for
It was
maybe
just
like
you.
4 or 5 years, it was just me. But I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do just me.
You
I'm
and
gonna wear it on my
Majestic.
back. I'm gonna run it, Majestic. But
Yeah.
I was the face. I was the guy in the front, like what I'm saying.
The lead artist.
And I was like, let's do it. And then after a while, I gained a little more trust for artists and stuff like that, and I brought them in. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a big responsibility when it comes
For
to
sure.
like, you know what I mean. Like I always think about that too. Like you can't fail because you got these other people relying on you. You know what I mean. What would you say your like notoriety? Because I feel like you became you were a household name when I first met you, especially in the scene in North Carolina and Raleigh or whatever. What would you say? Was there a record or a project that you put out around that time? Or
I think when people really started paying attention locally was 2011 when I released Red Chucks.
I thought I figured
Yeah,
it was
that record. I had a following during my mixtape era,
that was
you know
all
what
through
I'm saying?
high
But-
school and stuff.
Yeah, but when I dropped the manual, that's when it really was like, bro, okay, this guy's
This
here.
is Drake London.
And I felt it, so I
Yeah.
turned up.
Okay.
It was on.
What was it like when? Because Red Chucks was fucking huge, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It was huge, bro. Like what kind of things were coming in around that time?
Man, bro, that's when I got introduced to the blog world. I started doing openings, like bigger shows, like like Big Crit, like Kendrick, like like all these big shows, XV. Like I started being in places, bro, like just getting offers from other cities, going to New York, going to DC, like it was crazy. Which I gotta understand, I was only 19 years old, 19 years
Damn,
old.
so fresh.
At the time. So I was young. Like to me, I was just having fun. I was just
Right,
moving.
right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But it was tight. Like it was tight.
Yeah.
I got Ninth. I got in the studio with Ninth. Did the Act Proof record. Like that's when I started like really.
Oh yeah.
No,
Shout out to
nice.
Axe Proof. I
Yeah,
remember.
shout
man.
out to Act Proof.
That was
They're still
really
together,
dope.
ain't they?
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. So then that's when you started opening up for everybody, and then at the same time you're hosting the Shakedown Sundays and everything, and then you're still releasing music. What was it? The next one I was about to go to. Hold up.
So that basically lasts until Shakedown closed down. You hosting?
Oh yeah.
Pretty much.
But see, my thing with Shakedown was I saw an opportunity for me to practice my show every week.
So
You know
it
what
was
I'm
like
saying? So I was
your
okay,
learning
I can
ground.
host this. I can get it helped me get comfortable with the crowd. Me hosting, and I can practice every Sunday. I can perform.
Yeah.
Every single Sunday. So I
Yeah.
use that as my practice. Like,
That's
okay,
good, yeah.
these records work. All right, I know if I tell them on this side to put their hands up, I got to go back to that side. If I'm losing him, he's in his phone. So like, what can I took all that to apply it to my show.
That's basically like you took the comedian stand route, because like they start at
Pretty
the little
Pretty
shop
much.
or whatever, and then they just work their way up. Yeah, he took that approach. That's cool.
Okay, that's what I was about to say. During this rise and Red Chucks drops and you're on fire at this point, you got videos coming out on a regular basis. When did things start to slow down? Because there was a point when you slowed down a little bit, right?
It stayed, bro. Things went crazy, bro, all the way until I want to say from 2011 to 2014.
Okay.
And by the time 2014, that's when I was like, okay, it stopped becoming about, blogs, it stopped becoming local.
Yeah.
Like 13, I'm like, okay, now I'm about to take these things to the next level. Like I mastered this. What's next? So I didn't stop. I didn't take a step back. I just reversed my career.
Yeah,
so I stopped
yeah.
doing local
Changed
shows. I
into a
stopped
different
doing all
direction.
that. I started traveling more. I
Okay.
started having meetings. I started meeting with PRs. I started doing different stuff. That's
Yeah.
why it seemed like it. So when by the time
Yeah.
2015 came and Sound and Rising Sun came out, it was a, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because I was
yeah.
doing that groundwork for 2 years.
And were
Yeah.
you still using those relationships that you built from the blog era to like when you were traveling?
It was
those
some,
studios?
yeah, but by that time, blogs was going down, so a lot of those guys left. A lot of those guys became
transitioned into
influencers,
other-
became in different things.
Yeah. So when that project came out, did that take you to all those different cities where you're able to perform and everything else?
Bro, of course, bro. Sound and Rising Sun opened a different door, like
Okay,
industry
yeah.
door, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That became like
Is that when we started
offices and
seeing
all that
pictures
stuff.
of the Def Jam?
Yeah,
like,
all
you
that
were-
stuff with
okay.
Sound and Rising Sun. That
Gotcha.
came in. That brought a whole nother
Wave of
like
attention.
different thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was that like? Because I know I heard on one of your records you were saying like you were main and cool, but you was nervous as hell.
Bro,
during
I was
the Def
nervous
Jam.
as heck,
Yeah.
bro.
What
Like-
was that like?
It was cool. It was all I wanted. It was everything I wanted. But at that time, I'm like, bro, this is it. Like everything I work, because I set a timeline for myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, bro, it's working. It's it.
Yeah.
I manifested this. Like this is
Yeah.
going crazy. So I was just living in the moment.
Yeah.
But also living in the moment and not being all the way knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think I'm moving, but I'm also getting punches at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's a learning experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it was. That's all it was.
Okay. Okay. And then would you say like those, like what's your take from those? You know what I mean? Like, did you the deals that they were offering you weren't really interested in, or you feel like you weren't containing enough ownership? Like,
No, it wasn't that. It was
away
just
from
me.
those type
It
of
was me.
meetings?
Like it was just like my idea was just go in there and get a deal. Like I just want a record deal.
That's all you.
Yeah.
cared
So when I
about.
got in and I started seeing like, okay, so you need this percentage. Like okay, I started learning like like bringing in you need lawyers, all that
Yeah.
stuff. I started learning like really learning the business.
Gotcha.
While things was going crazy.
Yeah.
So then, but in the back of my mind, it was always, all right, man. I still want to just do my own thing. Like I want to get my thing going. So
You don't
I
wanna
was
have
just
somebody
battling.
holding
Yeah, I
you
was just
down.
battling that. Yeah.
Okay, so then you just lean more into the independent side of things.
Yeah, so what happened was, I'll get into it. So what happened was, during the whole Sound of the Rising Sun time, like we was moving. I'm thinking like this is going to be it. So
Yeah.
we got to the finish line. It seemed like every door closed in my face. So then I started panicking.
And that always turns up the best of you.
I started panicking. Nah, it took a whole nother turn.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Like I
yeah.
started panicking, and I was like, "Dang, bro, what am I gonna do?" Because
Yeah.
it started me think. Life started hitting me. I'm like, bro, I don't have a diploma. I don't really got no work experience, bro. Like I've been fighting for this for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that really it made me switch my mind for a second. I'm like, okay, so now now that I know what I need to do, let me just go back, get my personal life in order,
Okay.
and then we'll go back.
'Cause
So
you
that's
have
the
been,
main
you have
thing
been
that's
neglecting yourself almost.
bro. Neglecting myself, like living, like neglecting relationships,
Yeah.
like having fun, like all that stuff. I put to the back burner just to rap.
Yeah.
So I finally got there and I got all of this, and it's like, bro, what do I do? You know what I'm saying?
Damn, Black was just talking about that. How like you want so many people the first time they hit their low period in their life is they want something so bad they finally get it, and then they're just like, damn, the hole is still empty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how long would you say it took for you to get your your well being, your mental health back, like during those periods?
2 years.
2 years.
Because 2016, so 2015 was lit. 2016, first 6 months was going crazy. And by that time, by the end of 2016, I just fell into a slump. I felt it's like a deep depression. So from there to about 2018, I took that time to just really heal. I went back to school.
Okay.
You know, I left New York, came back to North Carolina. Like,
Oh, so
really
you were up in New York
I was in
for a
New York
while.
for a little while, like just going back and forth for real, like staying there, sleeping
Yeah.
on sofas, because my mind was, I didn't think first like get your mental health together. I was like, okay, man, I got to keep it rolling. Like what I got to do. So if
By
let me just
any
go up,
means.
so that's what I did. When I came back, it really like reshaped my mind and
Came back here where it was a little bit slowed down
yeah,
living.
yeah.
it
And I
helped.
just chill, stay low.
North Carolina's good
for
for
a little
that.
bit.
It
It
gets
is,
your mind,
it is,
it'll
bro,
get
it
your
is.
mind like, you know.
And I was familiar with it. You know what I'm saying? Like
True.
So it was tight.
Did you do was there any one person in particular that you could like kind of helped you and coach you through those periods that you were confiding in?
It was a few like family members, but not at that time because, you know, I have a hard time really taking advice from somebody I would never really switch places with. And I have a hard time. And I have a hard time somebody telling me what to do, and I'm looking at their situation like, bro, you know, you didn't even have enough heart to take it. You know, to do what I'm doing. So it's really hard for me. So
Yeah.
a lot of it I had to really deal with myself in journals and just writing and you know what I'm saying? So it was really me.
That's a fucking bar right there.
For real. I'm
You're like,
serious.
you're gonna save that shit?
For real.
Because I feel like that, but I just never heard. I like
Heard
the way,
it that
I
way,
like the way you
right?
put that together.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
Shout out to you. Oh shit. Okay, so one of the things that I want to congratulate you on, well, you did going back to school. 100%.
Appreciate it, bro.
Congratulations
Yeah.
on that, bro. And I want to kind of talk a little bit about your merch, bro. I see the hats everywhere.
Oh yeah.
When did that start?
So let me tell you, I was spending a bunch of bread on New Era hats, right?
Okay.
A bunch of money, and I was cleaning out. You know, I do this thing where I pack up my sweaters and all that stuff and put it up for the summer, and I see all these hats, and I'm like, bro, I'm spending a lot of money on hats.
30 a pop.
So I was like, man, it'd be dope if I had my own, and I let it go. So I was in New York, and I met Stally, and Stally had on a BCG hat, and
MMG.
I was like, bro, I need to get one of those. And as I'm walking out, we talked to the picture. I got outside, I said, man, forget that, I'm making my own.
Yeah.
And I thought about, and I did Sound of the Rising Sun, this company in Virginia named Steez. We did a hat collab, Sound of the Rising Sun hat collab. And I was like, I said, okay,
Steez?
yeah, Steez.
The one I was here.
No.
Oh, okay, okay,
It's a
okay.
clothing line in
Okay,
Virginia.
okay.
So we did a collab and we did that, and I was like, okay, so that worked. But let me just do it. And I, I did what I had to do, hit people, made it work, and I built the hat from the ground up. And it originally was just for me and the homies.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even never supposed to come out, but we started rocking them. And everybody was like, bro, what is that? I need one.
Let me get
And I
one.
went back and just went crazy, and they've been going crazy ever since.
Bro, I was at the Dreamville Fest, saw at least 2 to 3.
That's crazy.
Without question.
That's
last
crazy.
year, yeah.
I seen a few people. I seen one guy with it, and I was like, okay, that's dope.
Yeah,
So
yo.
it was tight. People kept, even out there, people was like, yo, what is that? Who is that? What is that?
Exactly,
And I
yeah.
was like, all right, yeah. So
Because when I seen it, I was
Keep
like,
asking.
yeah,
yeah, because when I seen it, I went up to dude. I was like, you know, Drake? He was like, of course. Oh, that's the homie. I said, okay, I fuck with it. I know the hat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's dope though. So that
Yeah.
means people is paying attention. It's working.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's
100%.
tight. That's tight.
It's a hard logo. Who came up with that logo?
Fresh Daily, rapper and artist named Fresh Daily. I've been a fan from him since high school.
Okay.
And I was always a fan of his illustration of his music, and I finally got to work with him on Sound of the Rising Sun.
Yeah.
And we kept that relationship, and I knew he did. I was always in love with his drawings, and I was like, bro, I had a logo. We had one logo early on, then it switched to another one. Then that final one, I'm like, I need a new mature logo. Like, I'm in a new space. I'm moving different. Like, things is picking up. And I hit him up. He gave me a few sketches. We fixed one, and we made it happen.
Is this the same time you decided to cut the dreads?
Nah, this was way after. This was way before.
Okay. So you still had the dreads. I thought maybe you cut the dreads because you needed to fit.
No.
So when did you decide to cut them? Because I remember you rocking that shit.
Yeah, man. My locks, man.
a lot
So
of
when
years.
I created my locks, I started my locks to go on my musical journey with me.
Oh.
Right? So that's why I started them. So every length of my locks could reminded me of a time period of what I was
Gotcha.
doing. So around the Sound of Rising Sun time, the big time, locks was to the back, almost to the back of my knees, like it worked. I'm chilling. So when I
it
hit
was
that,
that long?
yeah.
Yeah,
When I hit that depression, I was in New York. You know what I'm saying? I was on a bus. I was riding on the bus, and I'm like, man, like, I'm over this Drake London. It got too much attached to it. And I was like, what's one thing that can, like, get me away from this? And I said, my locks.
Facts.
And
That's a fact,
I cut
though.
'em.
Those locks were Drake London.
Yeah. So I was with Majestic, and we talked about it. He was like, man, it'd be crazy if you cut your hair. And I was turned up. I'm like, man, I ain't never cutting my hair. Y'all dare you like disrespect me like that, bro? And we were sitting down eating. And I'm like, man, I think I'm gonna cut my hair. Right before I left for New York, I'm like, I'm gonna cut my hair, bro. And on the bus was really when I thought about it. And I went up there. My stepbrother took me to the barbershop and we made it happen.
And that was when you changed your name to just your first name.
So no, I was still Drake London. If anybody paid attention, if you like early 17, you can see the transition of me cutting my hair. I was releasing I started releasing the Drake styles.
Yeah, I remember those.
I was still Drake London for a little while.
Yeah.
But then I was like, nah, man, I ain't feeling it no more, bro. I'm like, this ain't Drake London doesn't exist, bro. Like, I don't even think like that. I don't move like that. I don't rap like that. Yeah. And I was like, what's the best way to be Madrique? So then I took like maybe 4 months, 6 months off, and I rebranded, took new photos, redid my website, and that's how I got The World Is Yours, January 2018. Bow.
Got you.
And then that was that. That was the birth of Madrique.
That's ill. How did you you've really been a student in the game forever.
I've been paying attention.
Yeah, like you be paying attention, bro, because I remember when I first met you, and then like doing personal research, like, you know, meet you at Shakedown Street. I do personal research. You were dropping music videos back then. One thing that you've always had is the aesthetic, you know what I mean? And you know how to present yourself online, I feel like. Like, how powerful is that social media? Like, I feel like you've always taken it
early on, it was cool. Like, you know, I was 16, bro. 16, 17. I was just doing regular kid stuff, like posting about my day, shoes, my little shorty at the time made me mad.
Nah, but you were different. But it was different, though, because, mind you, I saw niggas dropping album covers, but yours was here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's because I also paid attention to like guys like Currency, guys like Wale. You know, I paid attention to Dom Kennedy.
Yeah.
Even down to Boogs Baguettes. Like I paid attention to all these guys. So that's all I was doing, was just following that formula.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. So when I stroll down to Dope Boys and Now Right, they cover pop out to me. So I gotta have a dope cover too.
That would fit
like,
in
you know what I'm saying?
lineup.
Okay, so my home, they dropping a visual every week. I'm seeing I'm not listening to this song. I'm watching the video, so I need more visuals. So that's all that was, bro.
Okay.
And I just
It's like
utilized the
strategic.
internet because when I first came out, you know, I was like, the first Madrique, it was skateboarding, girls, chilling. You know what I'm saying?
SBs.
The homies couldn't relate to that back home. You know what I'm saying? They were still wearing academics, you know, like trying to be Bloods and Crips. You know, like they couldn't relate to me, bro.
Yeah.
So I used the internet to my advantage. I started reaching out to sneaker forums and, you know, like people that looked and talked like me and moved like me.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I look different, because I wasn't home doing it. I was
Exactly. You were
in other areas making it happen for me. Yeah.
Okay. Shit. Let's see. You have the newest release, which is Grandmama Said.
Grandma Said, yeah.
Grandma Said, my bad. I always want to say Grandmama. Even when
Maybe it's just used to it.
I'm used to say, because look, even when I was typing it in my computer, I
Yeah.
was typing Grandmama, and then it would be like,
Thinking about your own.
it'd be like, nah, my G. Tell us a little bit about this project, because
man.
I listened to half of each of the hype up mixtapes. I listened to like half the records on each of them, and you were ready for this joint.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. First of all, the little mixtapes was hard, bro.
Appreciate it.
The mixtapes was hard, bro.
The Why Not
bro.
mixtape series.
You
Yeah,
was
yeah.
snapping on them joints.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, tell us a little bit about this project that you got
bro,
right now.
Grandma Said, bro. So, Saturday Rising Sun came out 2015.
Okay.
And we was like, all right, so we gotta drop something else.
Yeah.
We gotta keep going. So I went directly back into album mode. I don't do that. So we went directly back in album mode.
I saw this was your debut album.
It's my debut as Madrique.
Got you. And I was going to ask you
yeah.
that. Okay.
So we did the album. So the album took us from 2016 to 2018.
Yeah.
So 2016 was finding the sound, recording. 2017 we was ready to go.
Yeah.
But then we started. That's when we was like, okay, this is gonna be the album that walk us in these labels, get us doing what we got to do. So we went that route. A headache, bro. Like lost money. People BS, Soda's dreams, like really took some losses trying to make this happen, sacrificing, bro. Yeah. So we had to stall it mentally. Me and Majestic was in different places. We couldn't really move. Yeah. So by the time 2018 came, I did my last meeting with this PR company, and it was just crazy. And I said, you know what? If we're gonna do this, bro, we're gonna take a chance and do this by ourselves. So we went home, Majestic and Unique locked in, Majestic, Unique, and BL. Mixed the album, Majestic and Unique, mastered it in the bedroom, and we, you know, he got the artwork, everything together, and put it out, just off of faith, and it was faith, and it worked, and it's going crazy right now.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, because there's a couple lyrics in there that I wrote down because, boy, they was.
It's like I had to recite these.
And I don't want to misquote you. So now this is a different lyric. Let's
talk about it, bro. What you got?
Okay, yeah, let's just start from where. Let's start. Now this is not this. Okay, learn to part friends and business. The best decisions I made. Explain that for me. Because you talk a lot about how your childhood friends were not on the same mission that you were on.
So that one was just somebody I was started off as a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like a fan of the music. Early on, we was working. They became a position.
Okay.
So it was a thing. So I was at a point, even during around the album, I was like, I'm about to just forget rap, or I might just go to college or something. And the day I said that, he called me and was like, bro, I got you. Let's do it. So by the time the album came, was ready to go, I'm like, let's move. He didn't really hold up his bargain. I'm seeing him putting in, some of the ideas, and I'm gonna just be honest, bro. Sorry, I'm seeing some of the ideas that I presented go to other people. I'm seeing him towards people that's moving a little better, which I get. Business, you got to build your brand. I get it, but the communication was terrible. So I said, at the beginning, it was like oh yeah, that's cool. That's just the homie Drake. So you got, that's the worst. I didn't separate it. So I was moving off of, oh, you my boy. Right. Your word is your word. Let's make it happen. Yeah. And so I had to part friends and business was the best decision I made. So I'll never do that again.
Damn.
Is that the first time that you would? You had a family business. That's different than from friends and business. Yeah. So
that was the first time, like for real, like real money, paperwork, all that was involved. And like any other time, it's like you my man's, but you got the camera. Let's go crazy. Like, but that was like real business. So it kind of messed me up a little bit.
Yeah, and you even had the paperwork in between it, and it still kind of went south.
Yeah, it went crazy.
Damn. And you hope the paperwork stops all.
Yeah, that's what the thing.
It is what it is, though. I look at it like it wasn't meant. It wasn't. Things were presented that way because it was supposed to be like this.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Now, one of the this lyric was not on the album. This was on Niggas. Niggas. But if you were to leave this world tomorrow, what could you say you've accomplished?
Me?
Yeah.
I stuck my dream out. I created a record label and released records through what I've always wanted to do. I've done plenty of shows, many places. I've touched people. I've survived 28 years. No alcohol, no drugs, no gangbanging, no nothing. I did a lot more than a lot of people. At a young age. So that's something I've accomplished. I have a lot more to go, like a lot more cool things to do. So I'm just getting, that's a question you got to ask me like 10, 20 years from now.
Okay. But it's okay because we're going to check in.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to reference the last
Let's
one.
Let's do it. Save this clip. Like, how y'all doing y'all gram?
Yeah.
Like, don't post that though. Save it. 10 years later, I'll be like,
drop that.
Menace, what's up, my boy? Dog, I did it, dog.
Go ahead, drop that for me. You know you did that. Let's go into the DLC music group. Now that you have these artists underneath you, who are the people signed to it?
Kyrie and Donovan McCrae. Those are the
Okay.
artists. And then we got Majestic and Unique Music on production.
Okay.
Mixed by BL's engineer. So yeah, we got a whole little Carl on the camera. So yeah.
Okay, and then you and Donovan been around for y'all been rocking together for a while.
For years.
Yeah, for years, for real. Why did you pick them to come in?
Well, Don, we worked at Dunkin' Donuts together.
Oh, word.
For a long time. So on Capitol Boulevard, it was one right before 440.
Yeah, it's in
one
that
right by
little-
Perry Creek.
Yeah.
That joint be jumping
So
too.
we
bro.
was like, so I was working up there. I got to the one at Perry Creek, and that's where I met Don. But he ain't, we was just, he was like, I rap. I'm like, yeah, you rap, bro. All the homies rap.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm, because I was dead serious about it.
Exactly, yeah.
And we became cool. I used to come in late, write raps on napkins. Like he was my manager, so he let me slide. Like I didn't care about no coffees. I'm messing up coffees, whatever. 'Cause I'm like, I'll do a show. Like we'll leave Shakedown. I gotta be to work at 5 a.m. in the morning. So you know where my head was at, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but then after a while, Don, he told me he rapped. And then I got fired from there. Then I moved up to the one on Capitol.
Did Don fire you?
Don came in. Nah, he was trying to hold me down, but
Yeah,
I just dug
it's only
myself.
so much
I dug
you can do.
myself
Yeah.
in too much, yeah. And so we did there. So when we came up to the one on Capitol, that's when we really started connecting and talking about music
And being cool.
And then one day I just tweeted like, yo, follow Don. He's DLC Music Group. I didn't really holler at him. He said he wanted to do it, but I didn't tell him.
Yeah.
And me and Majestic had to talk, and then from there we've been rocking ever since. But he's a good guy. He's super talented. He brings something different to the set. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like something I couldn't bring. He brings a little more edge, you know. A little,
He does,
He got the hooks, you know. He's just a dope guy all around.
I'll never forget one time when we were doing our shows at Havoc, and he had everybody put ski mask on. And nigga, when I say the building went crazy, they was all like, this was ski mask, bro. And
Goons everywhere.
Don is turned, bro.
Wow.
He's so turned,
Like,
bro.
we got skinny Don now. He way more turned.
Yeah.
Like, Big Don with the dreads was a whole different type of turn. Like, it's crazy.
It was,
To
yeah.
see his, like, the way he evolved is wild.
It really is. And what about Kyrie?
Kyrie, that's my childhood homie. Like,
Okay.
we've been 14, 15 years plus. We've been around, and Kyrie always sung, and I was like, yeah, that's the homie. You tight, but we was just, I was always more focused on music, and Kyrie was living. You know what I'm saying? So we just had to get to a point where we was in the right space
mentally.
and make it happen. So for about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, we started, and Kyrie told me he wanted to sing, but Kyrie, that's my boy. But he a little hard headed sometimes. Right? That's the homie. But he a little hard headed. Yeah. So and I just sat back and let him do him. He put out 2 tapes. He did his thing. I watched him move, and I was like, "Are you serious, bro? Let's get in. Let's make some music and let's really do this, bro. Like, you my mans. I'm not gonna let you sit out here and do it by yourself.
Yeah.
I got something going. Let's make it happen." And he been rocking ever since, listening, making it happen, putting out music. He had an amazing.
He's
EP.
always willing to learn, which is the hardest trait. to
Yeah,
find
it's
in people.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say is your experience when it comes to, because you've always been about your business, you know what I mean? When it comes to your artistry and really making this your career, what would you say your experience is in the North Carolina scene, or even when you started kicking those doors down on blogs and in the industry? Like, what have your experiences been business wise?
It's been tight. You get to a point, and when you're inside the local scene. If you was in it, like when it was in it, like it was really a scene.
Yeah.
Like, then it was just all love. So that's all you wanted. You just wanted to go to these local shows. You
weren't
had a
looking
good
for the
support
check.
system. Like, you'll go to a show on Monday, Tuesday you go to another one, then you go to the Freedom Tunnel for the Cypher and like all that stuff. So that's all you wanted. But then you start to be like, yo, there's more out there. So you just start looking at different things, and the experience was crazy because I noticed once you start stepping out, people feel away.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I could be doing the same thing I was with you, but stuff like that. That's one thing I've learned.
Start separating from the pack.
Yeah, you got it.
People
So
start
at the end of the
switching
day,
up a
you
little
really
bit on
have to stop thinking local and really focus on you if you really want to make it happen.
Don't think local, think global.
Yeah.
Facts. Shoot.
I hope I answered that well.
You did. Because I low-key lost myself in the question asking,
Yeah.
but you wrapped it up to what exactly, you knew exactly what I was talking about though. You know what I'm saying? One of the questions that I got off of Instagram when I posted that picture was, what is the greatest lesson you've learned since the moment you dropped Red Chucks to now?
Whoa, I learned a lot of lessons, bro.
Is that was what,
What's the
10
most
years
profound
ago?
one?
10 years of knowledge.
Man, have a plan when you're releasing music. Get your ass cap, get your sound exchange.
Yeah.
Get your business. Do all that stuff, get that together. And really do it because you want to do it, and don't really. I know, you gotta listen to your core, your supporters, what they want.
Yeah.
But do what you want to do, what your heart tell you.
Make music
and don't.
for you.
And one thing I've also learned is like, you can. I said this on the interview I just did with Rap Kive not too long ago. It's like, you can look out for inspiration,
Yeah.
but don't compare. That's one thing I learned. Don't compare. That'll really make you crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like comparing, because
That's
you like, man, I'm doing the same exact thing. Well, I'm not in places.
Yeah.
So really just focus on you and master your level. That's probably the most important thing I've learned.
Oh yeah, that's a fire one too.
And people learn at their own time too.
It takes time. Like people probably was telling me, but back then, but I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I got this, and then you hit the bottom, and you got to be like, okay, either I'm gonna fold, I'm gonna get back up, and I'm gonna listen, and that's what happens. And through that you learn to like, I'm gonna just focus on me. And once you do that, you look at rap totally different.
Yeah.
It becomes fun again. You don't care about posts. You don't care about awards. You just like, I'm gonna just feed my people that support me.
Okay. Yeah. Once you go through all that, that's hard. I like that. Just letting it sink in for a second. I like this type of shit. Also on this, I really like the song "Niggas." I really love that song, bro. And one of the things that you spoke about is how a few things that we need, and I'm assuming you mean we need as Black people, when it comes to doctors, lawyers, better fathers and daughters, and politicians. Can you, kind of explain that? How you even came
Because
about
like that. So
If you don't
I'm
mind
gonna just say
explaining
say the whole niggas, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to say if you don't even,
I'll replay the whole.
give me the whole
song.
thing, bro, because the record is. I love that one.
So we got the record. We had Majestic had the record, and we were sitting there. I'm like, man, what can I do? And at the time, I started evolving mentally and spiritually, and I started seeing a lot of the homies I went to high school with just in the same place, the same position. I started seeing guys who was playing basketball, not playing basketball no more.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He was a star football player chilling at a corner store. Like, I was just seeing all this stuff, and I'm like, man, Raleigh really took a lot of these cats under, bro. Like, cats who could have been influential. Yeah. And I wanted to like write that. I really wanted to write that. I wanted to put that into record.
Yeah.
So the first verse, if I can remember, it was so long ago. I know the first verse was me just talking about my childhood. Like, it just talks to the homies. We did our thing. And the second verse was just talking to the homies. Like, bro, how did you go from making straight A's to me sitting in a room with you and you put Molly together? Like, I'm watching you drink. I'm watching
about
you.
A life charge
I'm watching
too?
Coke. I'm watching. Like, I'm seeing. Like, this is stuff I'm seeing, bro. This ain't no like game. I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
From homies that could have really been influential.
Yeah.
So that was a record about. By the third verse, I was like, okay, we have to change. We have to change our mindset. And I started thinking. I watched interviews, and I actually watched one recently. We can tie it back in. It was a round table of guys, and everybody was like, yo, I'm an artist. I'm an up-and-coming rapper. I'm a producer. One guy was like, y'all own a business, own a food truck. That's tight.
Yeah.
Then the other three guys, I'm a rapper. I'm up-and-coming artist. I'm out here doing my thing, slinging it, thing. And I was like, man, we don't really... When I started rapping, I was lame.
Yeah.
It was like, bro, why you want to rap, bro? Jeezy out here, he be a dope boy, bro. Trap or die. Like, why do you want to do this? So I was like, man, we really don't need no more rappers, bro. Like, it's to a point where a lot of them, if you don't, you can tell who's doing it for real. You can tell the people who's really out here doing it and the people who's just doing it because they want the attention.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, if we can put the same effort into more doctors for us, more lawyers for us, you know what I'm saying? More fathers for daughters, like more mothers for, anything. We can do that, things would be totally tight because everybody just want the attention, bro. Like, that's all this rap stuff brings, of a rapper.
Yeah.
Brings attention, bro. I know homies who write records, who produce, who entertainment lawyers who make way more money than rappers, bro.
Yeah. Early,
you know
too.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
but cats don't see that. They just see the
just
fame of it. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing somebody told me.
The
It was like,
clout.
bro, all rap does is fame, bro. Like, if your business ain't right, you gonna be. I was like, you know what, you right. I thought about it. I'm like, bro, all that does is bring. Like, once you go famous, you can't cut it off.
Yeah.
You damn sure can.
You're gonna be, you know what I'm saying?
You can kill
be
your
hot one
career and we
summer.
don't care, but you're still famous.
You're still famous. They're gonna see
Yeah.
you back in groceries at Whole Foods,
Now
and Trader
you-
Joe's, and be like, "Oh, look,
Oh,
man,
you fell off.
Yo, my
Now
man
you
fell
gonna-
off."
Like they did Young Dog in the Uber.
Oh, y'all seen that? That's crazy.
Fucked up. Like, bitch, you the one that need to ride. What are you talking about? How dare you?
Bro,
You're in the Uber.
I saw a comment that said that, bro. It's crazy.
And you know what's fucked up? It's like, that's a funny clapback, but it's like, bro, I was just going to the venue, though. Like, I got a car. I was just trying to get it.
I was just trying to get it lit. I didn't want to pay for parking, bro. Like,
That may well could have been the situation.
that could have been it too. Like, we can't
It
say
don't
shit
matter.
happened.
You in my shit.
Yeah,
But it's a funny
He was like, bro,
clapback.
traffic in Atlanta crazy, bro. She probably didn't want to do it, but yeah.
It ain't that fucking bad.
So how do you see yourself? What are you doing to prevent yourself from, fizzling out as just the artist, or you know what I mean? Like, I think you're putting yourself into like DOC as well. But what other things do you see yourself outside of just being an artist, your career blossoming into?
I have a lot of dreams, bro.
Yeah.
I always, my first love was being a clothing designer, having a clothing line before I even really took rap serious.
Yeah.
So I'm starting that with the hats, with the shirt right here.
With the
we're just
merchandise,
doing,
yeah.
We're just doing things that I also want to, I want to open, like, get into the, like, barista, like, coffee shops and stuff like that. I want to do that. That's my other love, too.
You love
like,
coffee?
I like coffee. I just like the atmosphere of getting your laptop.
First thing in the AM.
My thing is, really just getting a label together, getting a brand, getting dreams of children. Because, I'm inspired by Jet Life. I'm inspired by No Limit, bro.
Taylor
You know what I'm saying?
Gaines, yeah.
I was inspired by Nipsey. Like, I was inspired by just anybody who's really taking a brand and doing it. Even down to QC, I'm inspired by those guys
Yeah.
who's taking this and branching off and doing movies and clothing lines,
Yeah.
and, restaurants, like
More
all that
than
stuff.
just
So that's really
rappers.
So rap is tight, but I want to do more stuff too. I love, like, Never Stop Working. I chop that footage, bro. Like, I
Yeah.
love doing that. You know what I'm saying?
behind the
Stuff like that.
computer.
Yeah.
So you behind the computer. Do you do a lot of the creative directions even for your videos too, right?
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah. Early on, I definitely did a lot of
When
it.
you were working with Head and stuff.
Head had the cameras and the vision. I'm like, okay, let's try to do it like this. Like me, when I film with a director, I challenge him because I'm like, yeah, I see your vision, but trust me, bro. Turn to the left a little bit, shine a light over my head, and let's see how it come out. Oh, that worked, Drake. So now I'm gonna listen to you. All right, let's try. You know what I'm saying? We just take turns.
Yeah. Okay. What's I about to say? I keep drawing blanks, boy. I'm bugging.
Well,
Go ahead.
Yeah. Since you're in a music genre that basically celebrates drinking, drugs, and pills, how the hell in your whole career that you just
stay away?
managed to avoid it?
I don't know, man. To me personally, like, you know, I'm around the homies that drink and smoke all the time. To me, it just wasn't tight. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen stuff in my childhood of how drugs, how alcohol, how all that stuff like damaged some of the strongest people, and I just never wanted that for myself. You know what I'm saying? It's not always bad. It's not bad. Like I know some functioning people who get you know really doing their things. Do what you do. I'm not judging, but to me personally, I've seen a negative side that really I don't even want to
The
look at
negative
positive
outweighed
side.
the positive that
So
you
I don't
see.
even want to look at it. So I just stayed, and then I waited this long. I came this long. Like there's no point at this point.
Why bother?
That is kind of
feel so tight.
you never even dabbled.
Yeah.
That's a lot of self-control to have.
That's why I was.
And
Yeah,
people
that's why I
say
was
that all the
admiring.
time. Like they're like, I don't want to smoke around Drake. No, do you? I don't have peer pressure, bro. You can't get me to do nothing I won't do.
That's crazy.
I don't even care if it's washing dishes. If I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it.
Where do you think that comes from? Like that willpower.
Their resilience.
Probably somewhere down my family tree or something.
Probably.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
No,
I mean, as a kid though, I never thought it was cool. Like,
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Because there's so many instances where people see their parents drug addicts,
Yeah.
drinking alcoholics, and they literally go out and do the exact same thing.
thing.
Yeah,
So they
just a
think it's
pattern.
normal.
Yeah,
Me,
so
on the
it's
other
so-
hand, I was like, I don't want to do that, bro.
Right.
Yeah. It had to be
being
probably
like-
something in your upbringing that just.
That's what I'm saying.
taught you
Even
how
as
to-
a
probably,
child,
yeah.
that's still like that's a hell of a thought to have and still like I'm
Yeah.
never doing that shit
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
And then to be so influenced as you grow up and then see
Man,
everybody
I'm
else
around
doing
it,
it. Like
though.
that's how I was. Like that's how I started smoking and shit. Like I didn't. I was like, I'm never going to do that shit. Like I'm allergic. I
You was in
can't.
Carter Grove. You definitely.
And then it was just like, and then I was like one of the first people in high school to start smoking.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So it didn't last that long.
It did. No, but
was
I
a day.
mean, I guess I don't know. Back then, I mean, I graduated 09, so like 07, 08.
That
Is
was
when
a
I
turn era, too,
yeah,
bro.
like it was.
Oh my God, I was out
smoking
of
big
control.
mid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, big mid.
Smoking
Hey,
big mid, Black and Miles. That's what I was
Bruh.
smoking.
Black and
You
Miles.
know, Black
Yeah.
hard.
big mid, black
hard.
and mild, and
The regulars.
Yeah. The
You
regular.
ain't even hit the wine blacks,
no,
none of that
no,
stuff, bro.
Regulars. Then I moved to wine.
that was when we was buying the big Dutch Masters too.
Exactly,
Y'all
the
was
big
going crazy.
boys,
The homies
yeah,
was going
or like the
crazy
single
back then,
wrap
bro. Killing the
cigarillos,
mid.
like
Yeah.
for real.
Because
killing
the thing that got me was in 2000, bro. I thought I was in Taylor Gang for real,
Bro.
I was Jet Life. You already
Bruh.
know, through and through.
Yeah, I was Jet Life too, bro.
Yeah.
I was
Like,
Taylor
literally.
Gang for a little while, then I became Jet Life. For
Yeah.
real.
I was-
Even that, I never was
That's
inspired
crazy.
to smoke weed through none of it. I listened to a lot of Currency, bro.
Yeah.
A lot
The
of
Wiz
Currency. And I
influenced
never-
me crazy,
Crazy.
bruh. Crazy.
That made me want. That's all I want to do. Like, yo, I'm about to wear Chucks.
Get
I'm about to
Chucks,
get my
get tattoos
snapback with
and-
my flannel. You know what I'm saying?
Washington
Like,
Nationals hat flipped
I
up.
was hanging out with
Yeah.
hella Asian bitches that was real fly Jordans and shit like that. Like, hell yeah, like it was lit. It was lit. Are you serious?
Oh man,
I am super Jet Life.
I'm laughing because I know that era. Bro.
Literally,
I
do you
get it,
remember?
bro.
Were you
I
on Twitter
remember.
like 2011?
I remember.
Yo, Jet Life was so deep on Twitter. Yo, I was
Bro.
arguing with people on the daily
Bro, Jet Life
about
is
like
true,
you know I would
bro.
go to war over spitter. You know
I
that
used
is
to like.
that's my heart.
I used to like hang up the phone like, "All right, bro, Jet Life."
Word.
Yeah. Throwing a setup everywhere I go.
For real.
Like, you know what I'm
All-
saying?
Bruh, I
Every
was
picture, everything.
I was so dedicated to the Taylor Gang life. I ordered a Louis Vuitton pouch. I ordered that shit offline though. Hey,
Pouch, bro.
dead ass. The website was in Chinese, low key. The
Oh,
only parts that
shit.
was English was like
The payment.
the price of the
payment.
shipping arrangements.
Yeah.
Bruh, it took like 3 weeks to get there. It finally dropped, bruh. The fake Gucci pouch. Well, I wore that bitch everywhere.
Hey, as you should, bro.
And I thought I
You're
was
part of the gang, bro. You
I
had
was
to.
on
I
the
was gang,
gang.
bruh. I threw my Kenmore shorts on and my black chucks. It was
That's
gang.
I
it.
didn't do
High
that little
socks.
blonde streak though. I couldn't do that. I thought that
man.
shit was whack.
I feel like that era influenced so much of me as a person.
Wiz
I
is
feel like.
definitely
Nah,
a big
bro.
influence of the decade. I definitely feel like Wiz.
Bro, Wiz,
absolutely.
sure, Wiz, Spitter, all those
Wiz
guys,
and Currency,
man.
really. Yeah.
That whole DD, I remember DD 172, with like that
I
era
do.
of Dame Dash and
Yes.
Spitter.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Bro,
That
the
really
joint?
changed the way cats shoot visuals. Like, all
Yeah.
that.
Those black and whites. By the way, you do black and white very well. I
appreciate
like
it,
the
man.
black and whites. I love your black and white visuals, bro. I feel like
Appreciate it.
black and white be hard sometimes.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
sometimes it's done really well. It's just there's no in between. There's no okay black and white visual.
Right.
But I'll never forget when Currency and Jim Jones did that little snippet.
Oh, for the I know you're talking about the Blue Rock, the thing. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah,
This ain't flipping. This is monkey
yeah,
flipping.
Mhm.
Oh, just-
That little
bruh.
clip. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that shit was so hard, bro. But what was I about to say? I mean, I kind of went through these bitches, so we can kind of talk about anything at this point. You know
What y'all want to know, man?
Wait, who you listening to right now? Who you digging? Who are you inspired by? And you know,
Let's see.
today
man.
anyway.
I got on. Listen to Rod Wave. He go crazy.
Yeah.
I never heard of him.
I haven't really listened to it.
It's this cat out of Mississippi named Drastic, King Drastic. He goes crazy.
For real.
I've been listening to him. He got his album called Black Graffiti.
Yeah.
I listen to the homies. Guy out of Raleigh named Ree Brinks. I'm listening to Ree Brinks a lot.
Shout out to Ree. He's the guy.
Man, so I listen to a lot of. I still listen to a lot of old stuff.
Yeah.
So like I still listen like Shine. I'm playing in the car now. And,
Oh shit.
you know, like
Not
Lost
Shine.
Boys, stuff like that. I'm playing in the car now.
Are we listening to like post jail shine?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
No, I mean after jail.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
post it,
I listened to
yeah.
that joint. I'm not gonna hold you. Last week I played the joint when he was in the throne when he came out of jail.
Yeah.
I listened to that joint, but I'm listening to like the commission and all that other stuff like that. Yeah,
Shine with the
with the girls.
with
yeah.
the
That
the,
shit is terrible. That shit is
He's in
terrible.
Belize right now. He's like a prince or something.
He can't come here. He can't come back to the States, can he?
Oh,
I
honestly,
thought that was
have
like
no
a thing.
idea.
I don't think he can come to the
Ain't none of my
States.
If
business.
you get
You can only
kicked out
shine
the
on one
state- I don't
on
wanna
one
know.
side of the earth. You can only shine on that side.
Right.
That is funny.
Yeah,
You're crazy, bro.
thanks, man.
could
That's my
only
time. Yeah.
You did start doing more shows in Raleigh though, because I've been seeing you've been popping up a lot more recently
Oh,
when it
yeah,
comes
yeah,
to
yeah.
local shows.
I mean, just because I love performing.
Yeah.
And I still got a lot of homies in this thing, bro. Like,
Yeah.
so, they hit me up. Yeah, I do it. I don't care. Like,
I think I think the first time I saw you perform was at King's.
oh, yeah, that show with Jay Capri, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay Capri. Why
I
does
had
that
no
sound
idea
so
who he was,
familiar?
but he had that motherfucker lit.
Bro, Jay Capri, that dude.
Everybody was there for him. Like, I mean, it was definitely some people. Who else was there? It was you?
It was me, Capri, Rome Jeter, and Hustle.
Yeah.
Are you ever gonna do like a DLC music group like show?
Yeah, of course, man.
You are? That hasn't happened yet though, right?
No, not yet.
I just want to make sure I didn't miss it.
No, it'll happen
Because I
for
ain't
sure.
pulling up.
It'll happen for sure.
Yeah.
I just did my first headline one though last November with the Grandma Said release. That was tight. A lot of people showed up for that. It was
Where was it at?
Neptune's.
Damn, I missed that
Damn,
shit.
how did we miss that?
I don't know. No, I might have seen it, but I don't know.
It was all good. It was a Thursday. It was tight, but
I used to work till 1
everybody
a.m.,
like
so I missed
everybody
everything.
came up. Yeah. It was a nice
Niggas
turn.
be working
Everybody
nights.
showed love, man. We
Yeah.
moved a lot of merch, like a lot of cool like CDs, everything.
That's
So
a
it was tight.
Nice.
You still getting the physical? You still printing
I
the
was,
sizzle?
I was literally
Yeah.
about to say that.
You mean like the physical copies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still
People
do
still buy
it
CDs.
because my supporters, you know, I got day one supporters like who really support
Yeah.
and want that physical thing. So I still print them up, you know, for
Yeah.
shows, you know, online, but
They not even making cars with them joints no more.
no more.
For real.
But a lot
That's
of
why I'm
people,
holding on to
a lot
my
of people
car,
just get them
shit.
and want me to sign them and you know just keep them. So that's tight.
Yeah.
That's why I still do it.
Would you ever do vinyls?
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely.
I
wanna
feel like
do
Grandma
vinyls.
Said definitely is gonna get some like need vinyl is gonna get.
I like the cover is good for vinyl too.
Yeah.
The cover is definitely like vinyl worthy.
Since we're in the new decade, do you have any favorite albums from last decade?
I just did an interview with Rap Kai, bro. They told me they made me name 5 of them joints. I said to Pimp a Butterfly.
That's one of them-
I saw that. Yeah.
Vibes
that's one of my
Last
tops.
Winter, Pilot Talk, Sonder. It's a lot of albums, but you know, with me, albums, it's the music sometimes, but a lot of it's like when they dropped at a moment in my life that I always remember.
Yeah.
That's how some of these
How
albums become
impactful
favorites
was
to
it
me.
during that moment in your
During that,
life?
like I can listen to it and know where I was at that time.
Yeah.
Pilot Talk was an era. Oh, take me back.
Bro, man, that was a time, bro. If you missed that era, I feel
If you
bad
missed
for
that,
you,
I
bro.
feel so bad for you. 'Cause what was
Yeah.
you doing?
I feel bad, bro.
You said, what was you doing? They're probably listening to like Kids Bop though.
Hey,
Probably
that's
doing-
Or
they like,
what you
bro.
say now?
I mean,
You said now? Now 46?
Now 75.
now 75.
That's what they like, dog.
Hell yeah.
Like, damn, y'all was on 75 when I was 5.
That shit.
They won't change the numbers. I don't know why they won't change it
I
to
think
like.
they go to
Or they're
100
playing
and
with
then
it.
they start over.
Start over, probably.
Oh yeah, that makes sense
Yeah,
actually.
I think that's what they do.
Are you doing any collaborations with anybody in the city when it comes anything musically?
I just did some joint with Brinks. That's the
Okay.
homie.
I've been hearing Brink. I'm gonna be real. Brink's names comes
Yo, he got
up.
this one song called Hot
That shit
Boys.
comes
That's
up
my
once a
shit.
week,
Bro, Hot Boys, the
Hot Boys is
same.
fire. He got this shit with Tay. That shit fire.
Bruh.
That shit fire.
Fuck with
Reed's my
Tay.
guy.
Tay Flynn.
Of course. That's
Bruh.
my
Fuck
guy
with Tay
too.
heavy, right? Tay be going crazy.
But Tay was out there with us though. Like cats
Yeah.
don't know that he was.
Tay
out
was
there
out
with
there
us,
from the
bro.
beginning, bro. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like, you know, short haircut. Like he was out there
Yes.
early. Him, 3 a.m. now, but Nick News, like
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
the
Nick
homies
News,
was
yeah.
out there.
Nick News,
Yeah.
So I'm doing that. You know, stuff with the homies. Like I do music with cats out here that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
I really like. You know what I'm saying?
people that are actually your homie. You like
Not even just homies. If I like your music, I'm
you
gonna
have
reach
to like
out.
their
Yeah, I
music.
have to like the music. That's just they have to like the music, and we got it.
They can't just
we
come
can
with
kick
you
it.
some bread like, yo,
Yeah,
I need
it's
to
like
feature.
even if that I won't turn it down. I'd be like, hey,
Okay.
my boy, let me check it out. But I also have to like the record. I might say, hey man, you got something else, bro? Like,
yeah. Hell yeah.
Got you.
yeah.
But yeah, man, I think that's pretty much it, bro. I feel like we covered a lot of stuff.
No, this is tight, man. This
Yeah,
is tight,
yeah.
y'all.
And I appreciate you.
It's tight because y'all been around, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Cass, I do a lot of interviews. Cass don't know. They be like, Madrique, but nah, I've been around, bro.
Yeah.
So y'all cover
Yeah,
some stuff.
man.
That's tight.
Yeah. We've been around, and hopefully we stay around.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You got to give me 10 years from now. We already stamped it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
No, because he and I, like, we met around the Shakedown era and with Leon and everything. So to see us keep doing this shit and then
Yeah.
like
You know
knowing
something
people
tight,
who
though,
still
about my homie Leon.
What?
You know, y'all remember Layback?
Laid
laid
back.
back.
He was
he was
an
on
original
there.
Layback, bro.
Nice.
Guys don't know that, but it just when we did the track list, it just didn't flow. No, not nothing towards you. It was tight.
Yeah.
Like it was really tight. But Carrington, I went to Carrington the day I was about to turn it. I went to Carrington's house and he like hummed, "If you love me, baby," and I said, "Bro, let's do it." And that's when we did it. But yeah, he was on the original one. Like me and him go
Nice.
way back.
Damn.
Nice. See?
Nice.
Yeah.
Bro, I just love.
y'all ain't know that, boy. My man,
yeah.
Leon.
Yeah.
We're going crazy.
everybody-
Shout out to Lauren.
Yeah.
That's what
The
I'm like
lion.
most excited for. Like even just having you at the table, like this year, bro. Like we're for real doing the artists can be fans thing
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the direction the podcast is gonna take. And once we get done our like general questions, we're just gonna kick it and chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like all the people that are I just love bringing the people in from when we first started, bro. Like
I remember y'all, man.
you know what I'm saying?
I remember y'all from the Shakedown.
And
era.
still
All
doing their thing today.
Oh,
Still
I'm
killing it.
so glad I remembered this before we ended this motherfucker.
What's up?
What?
Let me tell you something about Drake.
He gonna put you on blast.
Let me tell you something
Oh,
about
wait.
Drake.
What you
Don't
got,
worry, don't worry. It's okay.
I've been around, bro. I've been around. I might have done some things.
These things. I'm not that person anymore.
That was my past life.
Let me tell you something about Drake and why I've always admired him. Drake is low key like me because he's hard to please. Let me tell you, when Drake, at least you seem hard to please.
Okay.
When he was hosting Shakedown Straight, he never showed any reaction to anybody performing.
Oh, really?
I had to keep it cool.
Never, bro.
You were checking?
Not just a straight face like,
No, yeah, straight
There's a lot
face.
of tight people there. There's a lot of tight
he,
people.
bro, I was like, that's cool. He was cool as hell when you talked to him, but
But I was just so focused, bro. Like
in between sets, and he might have been just focused, he would just be like this. Nothing, mind you got the crowd going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I
okay.
just be
So
chilling.
he stuck out.
he's that one like
He stuck
I just be
out because
chilling.
he's the only one that's just like. And I used to tell Leah, I said, bro, I think that nigga hating on
hating ass nigga.
You know what's crazy though? You're not the first person that said that.
Bruh.
But I really don't be hating, bro. I just be in the zone. I really liked y'all, bro. Like
Yeah,
I
bruh.
really liked y'all, but I was
We
in the
wouldn't have
zone.
known, bro. We wouldn't have known.
Oh,
Bro, Drake
okay.
ain't like me, bro. Yo,
Damn.
Drake cocky, bro. Drake rude, but nah,
I
it's
thought
none
all
of that,
the
bro.
same- I thought
I'm
all
really,
the
I'm
same
really
thing.
tight, but
Bruh,
I
the
just don't.
first-
I didn't show emotion.
The first time I realized that he even fucked with me was at Havoc, and I think that was the show that Donovan had the ski mask.
Okay,
and
yeah.
I performed that night, and that was the first time he came up to me. Was like, "Hey, look, bro, I ain't seen you in a while, but you're doing good, bro. Keep going." I was like,
Oh shit.
Because I pay attention. I don't talk a lot, and I'm low. I'm in the crib chilling. but
Exactly,
I
because-
see everything. I pay
because
attention.
when you said it like along the you said more than that, but it was like I knew you had it wasn't just that one time you've been watching. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, he does fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I saw a message not from a few years ago. A few times you and him asked me to do a show, and I was like, I won't do any shows. And I remember the message. I'm like, bro, I like what y'all doing. Y'all been doing it for. I've even said that, so I've been watching y'all for a minute, bro. I just my face when I be out, I be so focused. I be alert, like you know what I'm saying. Like
so focused.
He's like, everybody raise your hands. He's the only one that
I swear, I used to be like, bro, this nigga don't fuck with us. But it made me go harder too. You know what I mean? So,
I'm gonna make him get
Even this nigga.
even though it wasn't that at all, it was.
Menace.
they be like when you at the show, you just be chilling. When you get on stage, you just a different person. Because I'll rock out and I'll get back to be chilling. Like
Bro, Yo, it's so quick. Yeah, bro. I'm glad I remembered that before we got up out here.
That nigga was like, that nigga been harboring that shit for a minute.
Yeah,
Nigga, I got a bone to pick with you, cuz.
Yeah, he was waiting for that.
I've been waiting to tell you this.
Matter of fact.
He played it off. He had it in his head. He was waiting to the end. He was like, bro, I almost forgot. Nah, he wanted to come out the gate.
He really did. Like, so, bro, that one time.
So
He wanted to see me.
He feels better now.
He want to check exactly. He want to check the energy real quick. He's like, I don't know.
Nah, all right, I can tell him. He ain't gonna turn it up.
I needed you to know. I thought she was a hater back then.
Oh, man.
No, but you have to think he's been holding this back for 10 years.
10 years.
10 years though.
That is pain.
So
That is pure emotion.
He's seen me a few times. He's like, yo, my boy, he deep
It always
down.
get the trigger. Nigga, you a hater. I remember that one time.
Deep down, he wanted to see me in the hands, bro. It's all good. You the homie though.
Yo.
I used to feel like up until that moment that we talked in person. Ever since then, it was normal. But
Bro, you'd be surprised how
those
many people tell
early
me that,
stages,
bro.
though.
They were like, Drake, bro, I just thought you was like a jerk, bro. I thought you was like cocky, bro. But like,
We
you
did-
really
I did
tight.
too, bro.
But I just always
You
been
was
to
really
myself.
focused.
I was
But
so
now
focused.
that we did this, I know you were just on your business. You were there.
Yeah.
That was your training ground.
That's all. I'm trying to
Yeah.
tell you, and I don't. That may sound crazy nowadays, but
No, it
like
doesn't,
Eargasm,
because-
Portia, all y'all was tight. But I saw that as an opportunity to perfect my show.
No, and that makes sense because mentally, when it comes to the artistry, you are more advanced. We're like that now.
Mm-hmm.
Like now, you might think that we haters just because we be like, I mean, I gotta kill it in the next 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, so people may feel like that about me, but I'm in the mind state now where you were at 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's funny.
Nice.
Hell yeah,
That's
bad boy.
wild, bro.
Not Drake the hater.
I just wanted to see
Drake the
me in
hater.
hands, bro.
They ain't to change that man name.
Bro, you trying to set it on me, bro? That's crazy, bro.
He wanted his ones for real. He wanted to fight.
Madrique, Grandma Said, is
Man,
out
go get
now.
that, man.
Stream it on all streaming platforms.
Thank y'all for
Grab
supporting
that.
it, man.
And thank y'all for coming, bro. Thank you for coming.
Thank y'all for having me, man. Like,
Hell
I
yeah.
appreciate this. I mean a lot. You let me get my story out. That's tight.
Yeah.
Facts.
Oh, I need one of those hats too, by the way.
Oh, we got you. We about to restock in the next month. Or the
Okay,
month after
okay.
that.
Just let me know when you restock.
Yeah,
I'll
for
hit
sure.
I'll hit the website if whatever you
Plug,
want to do.
I'm saying DLCmusicgroup.com
Yes.
/shop.
Yeah.
You got the merch right there.
I'm about to say,
Grandma
let
Said
them know where they
merch.
can find you too.
Yeah.
Grandma Said merch. You know, Madrique Sanders on everything.
Yep.
On everything. Madrique.com. DLCmusicgroup.com.
Yes, sir. And the 3-0 podcast on everything.
Yeah.
And this is like the fourth week of just straight flame, baby. Look,
Yeah.
we're not stopping.
Bro,
So,
my boy
nigga, you
Black
don't
was
know,
up here turned.
Yeah, turn.
Bro,
turn.
So bad I
my
was
boy.
here.
We're not. And look, yeah.
Bro,
you
last time I seen him at the Cypher, the anniversary of the Cypher, and we just
You was out
talked.
there?
Yeah, we talked for hours though.
I didn't
Like
see you out
even
there.
talking, walking to the car to talk rap, local scene, everything. He's a good guy, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah. But you know what I'm saying? We're going to keep giving y'all these bangers all year. 2020, you're going to
It's up.
see the hottest come through the city.
The hottest of the
2020, you're gonna see clear.
Yeah. Boom,
See his
boom,
vision.
bam. So, yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, everything to 3-0 Podcast. Madrique, follow him on everything. DLC and musicgroup.com.
music.
Madrigue.com, man.
I thought I was from Tennessee. For a
Oh, make
second.
sure y'all get. Oh no, I got Donovan McCrae. No
Donovan
Days
McCrae.
Off. Kyrie Lee out now. He
Yes.
just dropped the visual, The North Side, directed
Yes,
by Kevin
sir.
Clarkson.
Yes.
Make sure y'all support the homies.
Scoop
support
that
the
up.
set. You know what I'm saying?
Scoop that.
DLC,
Hey,
let's
and
go.
if you bought it for real, Leon Gamble, AJ the Menace, Donovan McCrae, we do have a record out there. Maybe 2 records out there. Go look that up.
Definitely get those, bro. Y'all the homies.
Yeah.
Even though he wanted to see me in the hands, bro, go support my boy.
He was ready to set it
Go
off.
support him, bro. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to see me in the hands, but I had a record with the homies, bro. So he was hating it with the homies. That's crazy, bro. Nah, it's all love, though. Respect.
Yeah.
Shout out.
But we out of here.
Jerry, turn
Peace.
2, man. You turn 2. Peace
Yeah.
out.
Nah, peace.
I'm innocent.
You just watched well, we could start over if you'd like.
Hey!
You just watched the Three Oak podcast instead of listening to it.
You just watched the 3 Oak podcast. Okay.
Thank you for watching and listening to the Three Oak podcast.
If you enjoy what you just watched, hit the subscribe button right there or right there. Matter of fact, Shane,
Yeah,
I need you to do something for me.
sure. Yo. Look, my dick is so big, you don't even know. You want to see it? Well, fuck it, I'll show.
Subscribe to the YouTube. We need you. Subscribe.